All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time we got to step in the ring with the greatest tag team in podcast history. Just Freaking Wrestling, the JW podcast, hosted by Travis T.
I'm Dizzle J.
And fun-filled show tonight.
Fun-filled.
So excited.
SCW.
SCW is tonight.
Rampage.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
We peaked in the first 20 seconds of this show because I'm excited for this, man. I'm excited for the show. SCW is always a fun time. Down in Shabance is so awesome.
I mean, this is what, like our 6th or 7th show we've done in a row. This will be the 2nd month in a row we've been doing an SCW show.
God,
it's like things are coming together.
2019 is our
2019.
year. 2019 is our year. Plus, as we found out, we finally hit over 800 views on our podcast.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
So we're 200 away from 1,000.
I'm so excited. I mean, obviously, I think we probably would have hit it a lot sooner if we didn't take the hiatus. But knowing that we haven't even hit 50 episodes yet, but we already hit 800 views.
I'm
really
so
awesome.
excited.
Yeah, so I'm excited. And it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you for being a part of this adventure with us. Thank you for checking out our shows and everything. Unfortunately, we didn't get any responses to our Freaking 5 for this week.
But I'm pretty sure it's my fault because I think the way I worded things, I even had to explain it to you after I posted it.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta do a little better with my wording.
Yeah.
I'm no English major.
Nah, it's cool. It's all right. But, the plus side is, if we really wanted to, if you guys listen to this and kind of see how we do it, if you still want to give your feedback to this this Freaking 5, go ahead and share it up there and everything. We'll respond back to you.
Or in any previous ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, God, I don't even know. I don't know where to go from. I know we have a lot to cover today.
We do have.
I do know we have a lot to cover between going through the Elimination Chamber results, talking a little bit more about SCW. We're the Hall of Fame inductions, Freaking 5, and all that stuff.
So 5 of your predictions came true.
All right, in one fell swoop. But while we go ahead, while we go ahead and dive into Freaking 5 first to kick off the show.
All right, so. These aren't rated for me in any certain way.
Yeah.
It just popped in my head as Kevin Federline beating Cena.
God, yeah.
I like Cena. Not a huge Cena fan, but yeah.
Who interfered in that caused that? Was it The Miz?
It was somebody. I don't remember.
I can't remember who interfered, but that completely dumb. But I'm glad it was on a Raw and not a pay-per-view.
Right.
So
right. It would have been more pissed off if it was a pay-per-view. Arquette obviously won the championship, which is all like a black spot for I believe every wrestling fan ever.
Oh yeah. Especially that title. That specific title.
That title holds a lot of merit, and I mean to put it on someone that made a wrestling movie is not a very great actor either.
Nah.
He's fun to watch, but...
Nah.
I don't see... David Arquette's in this movie. Oh, it must be a must-see.
There's never been a David Arquette movie.
Right.
So...
Dewey.
The
year Batista won the Royal Rumble when it should have been somebody else.
His comeback?
Comeback.
So the second time winning it.
Yeah. Okay, so because I was pissed off about that too.
That was the year everyone thought Daniel Bryan was supposed to win because he was in it for so long.
Daniel Bryan should have won it, and they fixed it come WrestleMania, but it should have been straight Daniel Bryan.
I think I read an article somewhere where even Batista said that. He didn't even want to win the Royal Rumble.
I could see that. Batista's kind of I don't know. He seems like he could be a meathead, but he seems like he could be a nice guy. I mean,
because at this time, I think Guardian of the Galaxy already came out. The first one. So it's he really didn't need WWE anymore.
No. When everybody joined the NWO except for DDP. Yeah. That's how it felt to me.
Oh, yeah. Because, you had the original black and white NWO. And then all of a sudden they merged into, a Wolfpack NWO. And then, later years with Jeff Jarrett, they did the NWO, Silver and Black or whatever the hell it was.
And then Latino World Order.
Blue World Order.
World Order. This one may not be popular, but Flair wrestling in the 2000s.
I think the thing that sucked about Flair was him continuing after his Hall of Fame induction ceremony and his retirement match. That I think was dumb. I think, and I don't know like the story of why he did what he did in a lot of aspects of his career, going to like TNA and all that stuff. But I think like when he did do the retirement match with Shawn Michaels when he was inducted, he should have like been like, "Hey, I'll come back from time to time, do like some like spots here and like maybe a match or so."
Yeah, but he like came back full time.
He came back,
especially at Impact Wrestling, and he. It's not that I don't like Ric Flair. It's like the whole Undertaker thing for me. Yeah. It's not that I don't like the guy. It's that I don't want to see you get hurt and injured severely in the ring.
Yep.
Because you just didn't know when to stop.
Yeah. I heard that, and it could just be a rumor, but like the Undertaker officially retired from wrestling.
I heard that too, because he removed all the WWE stuff off of his.
Yeah.
And then he also is going to StarCast, which I believe is either a wrestling event, like a Comic-Con kind of deal. And Vince McMahon wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, and as like what was mentioned too was he can't be referred to as the Undertaker because WWE owns that, so he's gonna be known as the Dead Man now.
That's kind of better.
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest with you,
yeah.
Like I said, Ric Flair should have did what Shawn Michaels is doing now, and just had those random. And I mean, it's been years before Shawn Michaels got back into the ring, and I think he did that back in July of last year. I think when I did the Saudi Arabia show with the Brothers of Destruction and Degeneration X.
October-ish. I think it was October. But yeah, no, something like that. Yeah, the Super Showdown, yeah. Australia, right? Was it Australia or Saudi Arabia?
Australia?
I don't know.
I'm still mad that they go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that happened.
To me, it just
Yeah.
I ranted off about it on the show before, so
right.
Nothing like your super rant.
Oh yeah, about the chance at SCW. Oh, that shit better not fucking happen today.
We're gonna raise hell.
Oh god, that's annoying. Oh, was that your list?
That was my list.
Cool. Let me. I'll read you mine. Some of these.
Did I match any of yours?
No.
No.
There was one. The Arquette winning the title. That was on my list. I actually took it off because I figured it was gonna be on your list, and I wanted mine to be different. So I was picking things from like. Oh, see if you remember any of these.
All right. Yeah.
So Vince McMahon, wrestling god.
I remember that.
Right?
Then when he got like struck by lightning or something.
Yeah, it was like the beam of light was coming down the entrance and stuff, and he was pretending to be all freaked out about it and shit when he was going through that Shawn Michaels feud.
Yeah.
Anytime Brock Lesnar was Universal Champion.
Man, you know what? That one totally escaped me. That should be on my list.
Every time.
Every time Brock Lesnar wins a match in 2018 and 19.
Vince McMahon winning the EC title. Which it was dumb when he won the world title, but I also didn't like the fact he was ECW champion.
Yeah, I think that was more of a... I felt like that was a slap in the face.
Yeah, definitely was. It wasn't like, his new, like, big-ass silver ECW, like, towards the end of the era title. It was the original ECW title.
Yeah, see, that's a...
Yeah, and I didn't like that.
That's a pissing on the title kind of deal.
Yeah. Mae Young giving birth to a hand.
I remember that.
Yeah. I also didn't like the fact that they played on that joke, like, a decade later with a guy dressed in, like, a hand costume.
Oh,
as like an adult or whatever the fuck it was. And then this one, like if I was starting, this would be my number one, but the Kane and Katie Vick storyline.
Kane and Katie Vick.
Triple H and Kane were in that feud, and Triple H said that he pulled up something about Kane where he was friends with this girl Katie Vick, and they got in a car accident, and she died, and he helped himself to her while she was dead.
Okay.
And then he showed the video from the funeral home where Triple H dressed as Kane, and he crawled into the coffin. Yeah,
I vaguely remember that. Those are good. That was really
the only reason I remember that one, because it's not like, I mean, it happened almost like 10, 12 years ago, but the only reason I remember it is because I watch a lot of wrestling shit on YouTube, like interviews and stuff like that, and that was something that was brought up about. I think somebody from ECW brought it up or something like that, or Sting. I think Sting brought it up on one of his interviews on like how like he didn't go to like WWE, and every time he thought about doing something about WWE, like something randomly came up, and I think he kind of like mentioned that where he mentions like, so yeah, I think I remember like one time Triple H crawled into a coffin to fornicate with like like a dead person or something like that. And I'm just like, oh yeah, that's right. That shit happened.
That would
That
stop
should
me.
happen.
Oh, I'm gonna join the WWE. Wait a minute.
Yeah. But I mean, outside of our list, which I mean, they are different. But I mean, there have been so many other like weird fucking like situations, like when Raven crucified Sandman.
Oh, didn't they put the Ministry put Stephanie McMahon on their symbol and raise her up too?
Yeah, and they put Stone Cold on it too. Yeah. I think one of the weirdest ones that never happened, but watching the old Vince McMahon career like video, there was one interview and Stephanie was in there, and Stephanie said that Vince wanted to do a storyline when her and Triple H were having their first child. Vince wanted to do a storyline where it was his kid, and she said no.
Ugh.
Yeah. I probably would have stopped watching wrestling.
Yeah, I think I would have stopped. At least WWE for that time.
Yeah. But that's a good list.
Yeah, yours is a great
right,
list.
Right, yeah.
I enjoy your list.
It's definitely like a blast from the past on some of these stuff. What's weird is when you look at them, I mean, other than the Brock Lesnar one, they've been like, it's been years since they did something this dumb. So at least they're hopefully learning from their issues.
I mean, you know, the thing that almost made my list was rehashing kind of the Adam Rose character with No Way Jose.
Yeah.
Because Adam Rose is a great performer, and then you just kind of goofy him up. And then you do the same way with No Way Jose, who's got no chance whatsoever with that gimmick, I feel.
No, he doesn't. I think it's going to end up him being just like Adam Rose, where he'll turn on like his group and shit like that.
Or the group will turn on him.
God, that'd be awesome.
It's just,
New NWO. Graffiti colored and shit like that.
You gotta remember, Braun Strowman was a rosebud at one point in time.
Yeah.
I had to point that out to Mental Mary the one time we were watching some highlights.
She think of a new name yet?
No.
That sucks for her. All right. Let's go over the Elimination Chamber results then. Since we're on the topic of Diddy and everything. Yeah, you did.
I did.
You took this win. You posted the results on our Facebook. So
how do you like the way I arranged them on the Facebook?
I don't care.
You don't care.
It don't matter.
That's good because I copy what you send me and then I edit out all the stuff I don't want in it.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's your show too, man. 33% of this.
That's right. I saw you redo my one post. So.
Which one was that?
Oh
yeah. Well, because
you know when I saw it and I was like, wow, that's way better than what I did.
All I did is just add the picture.
I know.
Yeah.
But that was like that made it pop though.
Well, yeah.
So I didn't think about that.
That's why I got 66, bro.
66.
Come on now.
Where's the other 1%?
Mental Marys, I guess. Because she can have that part. Right, this sugar-free Monster Energy drink is the 1%.
Yeah,
they're awesome. Love them. Yeah, they definitely help with the dieting and all that stuff, with getting the energy and stuff. And I mean, Monster's not the greatest, but they got vitamins in it.
I think that's what I was drinking when I was doing the keto.
Yeah, well, there's no carbs in it, no sugar. So I mean, and it tastes just like fucking Monsters, though.
You get lost and you add the Jägermeister to it.
Yeah, fucking. That's not carb free.
I'm not on that diet no more.
But but I'm glad you brought that up. So we did get a request to do Impact.
Yes.
So probably starting next week we'll start doing Impact updates and stuff like that. I don't have access to watch the show, unfortunately, but
we're probably gonna have to YouTube it, I believe.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll definitely note that. So starting next week, we'll do some Impact updates and stuff like that as well. But if you guys have any other like suggestions on wrestling companies who want us to do updates and stuff on, let us know. Just go into our Facebook page, find the comments, scroll down. Excuse me, I could resave it. I don't care. And then just comment on there, because we can still go over New Japan, Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, AEW.
Ring of Honor, we do have access to it through the Fight app, which I still have yet to sit down and watch anything on it because I just don't have time.
Yeah, well, you gotta make time.
I gotta make time.
Yeah, make time.
If there wasn't somebody else sitting at the desk with me at work, I'd watch it.
I make plenty of time for shit. You gotta make time. Yeah, you gotta make time for what you love.
This is true.
Fucking 33% ass motherfucker.
I'm gonna move my way up to that 34.
Oh, we'll find out. We'll see.
Well, make me a shirt 33%.
We're going to talk to the board of directors about that
Board
shit.
of directors. Who's their CFO?
God, me. I'm all of them.
You're all of them.
I'm all of them. You're like
janitor.
God, you're like an admin.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
back to Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber. So you end up winning. So right now, 2-1.
2-1.
Buddy Murphy beat Akira Tozawa. We both picked Murphy for this one, so this was a wash. Still, great match. Does not deserve to be a pre-show. Deserve to be on the show itself.
No, especially after that Baron Corbin Braun Strowman match.
Yeah. And considering this match is the 4th longest match out of the entire fucking show.
And probably one of the top, technical matches, too.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that fucking Corbin and Strowman were 10 minutes long, but the only reason it was 10 minutes long is because it was, fucking 3 minutes of him being, triple teamed.
Yeah.
Dumb. But no, good match. I'm happy Buddy Murphy did win. I hope he takes all the way to WrestleMania, and I hope they do something great with it. I think they honestly, WrestleMania, they should have a cruiserweight ladder match. Like a 6-way cruiserweight ladder match.
For a championship?
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, if you, we've talked about, all the titles should be defended on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Even the NXT, at least the NXT heavyweight title.
Yep. Well, I think the NXT heavyweight, maybe even the women's too.
Yeah. I wouldn't do their tag team or the North American.
Yeah. But if you do that now, so let's say we do that. So let's say they do Universal, the WWE title, both tag team, all 3 tag team titles, both women's titles, U.S. Intercontinental. Now you look at 9 matches just right there.
Okay, but you're also talking about what is WrestleMania 5 hours long, 4 hours?
Oh, so you're just talking about just WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about every pay-per-view.
No.
Oh,
just WrestleMania.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Now,
okay.
I wouldn't if you're gonna have a pay because not all titles get defended at every pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna defend that title, unless there's an NXT takeover, then the NXT guys should be on the takeover. But I really feel that for WrestleMania, all the titles should be defended at WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I also believe that all 4 major titles should be defended at every pay-per-view. The Universal title, the Heavyweight title, and both Women's Raw and SmackDown titles. I think all those should be on the card no matter what every time. Because it's a pay-per-view. Yeah. It is a pay-per-view after all. I mean, so... but no, I agree with what you said. WrestleMania. When we get to WrestleMania time and we look at the WrestleMania card, we'll revamp it into our own personal WrestleMania card where every title is on the line. We'll see how good we do.
I mean, think about it that way, because my whole thing is the best feuds should be your champions.
Simply the best.
Simply the best.
Better
should be the champions.
than all the rest.
And their challengers.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think every title should be defended at WrestleMania. And the thing is, too, is it's who was the cruiserweight guy who quit?
Recently?
Not last year. The TNA guy.
Oh,
who's the fucking TNA guy?
Pac?
No. The fucking TNA guy. Not Neville, Austin Aries. Because he even said, his cruiserweight title match was on the pre-show of WrestleMania. Yeah. He didn't get the royalties and stuff from WrestleMania because of that. So I think champions they deserve the opportunity to be on the card. But I think WrestleMania, they should have a cruiserweight title in a ladder match. Get 4 to 6 people in there.
I always, what I miss is I miss the Money in the Bank ladder match being at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I do like it as its own pay-per-view, but it just seemed like a little something more when it was at WrestleMania. But
I agree.
That's my opinion.
Tag Team Elimination Chamber match for the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Boston Hug defeated Carmella and Naomi, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, Nia Jax and Tamina, the Iconics, the Riot Squad. Yeah, that's it. They beat all of them.
I thought this was a little more hard-hitting than the men's.
Yeah. No, it was. Yeah, no, I agree.
feel like it was way more hard-hitting and more fun to watch, actually.
I like the fact that Boston Hug and Mandy Rose and Deville were the 2 teams that started it out, and there were 2 teams that finished.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. This one, I was there were 2 reasons I was really, probably 3 reasons I was really excited about this Elimination Chamber match.
We can't talk about.
No, God, no. That'd be like 4 and 5. No, I like the fact that both our predictions were the last 2 in there, so it kept it really exciting for me just on that aspect. The fact that they were crowning like the first ever women tag team champions, and the fact that it was the original 2 teams who started out that went for 33 minutes in this match.
And like a hard 33 minutes.
Yeah, so I mean, I like the one spot in the Elimination Chamber match where they remember like in the first ever women's Elimination Chamber match when Sasha turned her back on Bailey.
Oh, and kicked her off the top.
Yeah, I liked how they kind of like recreated that moment.
Except that
he held her up. Yeah, so I did like how they kind of went with that spot. Plus, I mean, like Riot Squad when they leaped off the top of the pod.
Yep.
So it was a good match.
Nia Jax going through the pod.
Oh God, yeah, that
looked rough.
That was pretty cool. But you know what? It was awesome they did that because I mean she was obviously like the power like in that.
Oh yeah.
So for her to go out like that, it was a good way for the match to kind of end for them anyway. So it was pretty cool. I liked it. It definitely was my favorite match out of the whole card.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, you picked Boston Hug. I picked Mandy and DeVille, and Boston Hug won.
Yeah,
you got the point for that one. Usos took on Miz and Shane. We both picked Miz and Shane, and they lost. Surprised the fuck out of me.
I was shocked because we made the predictions pre the arrest.
Yeah,
and then after the arrest, we had just pretty much we had to have it in the bag, and then the Usos win. But I think if you're going in the WrestleMania season, you probably want to have a more established team.
Well, I mean, they still could have lost that fast lane. Yeah. I just like it. It was shocking to me because Naomi and Carmella was the first team out in the Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
Which, when that happened, I was like, okay, that kind of makes more sense because of the situation with Uso and Naomi, like outside in their personal lives and stuff. So it kind of makes more sense on everything. But no, it was a good match. Usos are champion, so we'll see if they take it into WrestleMania because they can still change that. We still have one more pay-per-view before WrestleMania.
This is true. I mean, with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano maybe back as a tag team again on the main roster, maybe.
Yeah.
I really don't hope. I hope that they, because I like Ciampa's character. I don't know.
Ciampa.
I like him.
Tommaso?
Yeah.
No. Him as a villain, I like it.
I like Gargano too, though.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and talk about the next one?
So Finn Balor defeated Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush, which pretty much ended how I thought it was going to end with Balor pinning Rush. I don't want to say it was a great match. I love that Finn Balor finally got recognition, getting a title that he so importantly deserves.
Yeah.
But I much rather would have seen him pin Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, and the ending was kind of it ended the way it ended was obvious with the whole like Bobby Lashley, about to finish the match, Lio Rush tags himself in and wants to get that victory. So that kind of made a lot of sense on how it ended. I didn't like the fact that Lashley attacked Rush at the end of the match, and then the following night on Raw they tagged together.
It's like the woman who doesn't live in an abusive relationship or man.
Yeah.
In whatever case.
So that was goofy, but this was a good match. I'm happy that Balor won the IC title. I'm sure he's going to hold on to it, until WrestleMania. So we'll see where they end up there. Ronda versus Ruby Riott was dumb.
And which is sad because Ruby is such a great competitor.
Yeah.
It was dumb. But the best ring, this is where she wore her Sonya Blade ring gear, right?
Yeah.
That is the best ring gear she's ever worn.
Yeah.
And it looks way better than her normal ring gear.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the outfit just because it was more pants and stuff like that. I don't like the fucking...
Well, the problem is she's always tugging at him, And I get that she wants to pay homage to Rowdy, but at some point in time, you're going to have to clear your own path.
Yeah. You have to do something that's defined to you.
And I think the Sonya Blade gear is the way she needs to go, or something like that, you know?
Mhm.
Because the dark gear really looked good on her, and she just fit the military look.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's something that she should look at making permanent going forward if she becomes like more of a heel, which I think she should.
I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen sooner than everybody likes, because especially going against Lynch or Charlotte or whatever the hell is going to happen for WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was also pretty cool with Becky coming up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Did you see the bruises she left on them?
No.
Oh my god, fucking Charlotte Flair's whole arm, like right up here, is just black and blue, and Rousey's back was black and blue. I mean, she laid into them with that crutch.
Yeah. I don't understand with it only being like a minute and 40 seconds as this is showing. So I'm wondering if like maybe some of the matches that happened ahead of time kind of took up some time, kind of like fell back into like old ways with women's matches being cut short because of time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I don't know if it was just me, but this pay-per-view seemed to end like really early. It ended like around like 9:30.
Yeah, it did end early. Because because we ended up watching it starting at late.
Yeah.
And we got out of my friend's house at like 10.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, this was probably like my least favorite match just because I think Ruby Riott deserved a better title opportunity than a match that lasted less than 2 minutes.
Well, then the next night on Raw, they had a better match.
Yeah. Which I think was probably like a makeup thing to them. That's where it goes back into the whole thing. Like, I think their match had to be cut short because of something. And I think that's kind of like was their makeup thing. Like, hey, no, unfortunately, we have to cut the match short here, but we'll give you a better match on like Monday or something like that.
And after we get done talking about this, I want to make another comment about the just the way they ran these matches. To me, it seems stupid.
Okay.
But the Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman match,
Dumb.
Yeah,
dumb. Because they had a rematch the following night too.
Yeah.
I don't like the trifecta thing because it's dumb as a storyline because, you know, you got Drew and Lashley who came out to help out Corbin on the pay-per-view, but they weren't out there during the table match the following night.
And then where was Kurt Angle and Finn Balor?
Yeah.
Who have been fighting side by side with Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. Either to make him a true monster, he should have pummeled all three of them.
Yeah.
And won.
Yeah. So not much to talk about there. I mean, it was a no disqualification match. The three guys did a triple powerbomb, just like the Shield does, through a double stack table. Probably the highlight of that match. And Corbin ended up.
I think that was my favorite part of the match is when they stacked the tables. I was like, oh,
yeah,
ECW in the
we both picked to go back real quick. We both picked Balor, so we got a wash there. I picked Ruby, you picked Ronda, and that's where we got the point on that one. And then we both picked Strowman, and we lost on that one. Men's Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. We both picked Bryan just because it seemed like the logical choice for it.
Yeah.
Kofi subbed in for Mustafa Ali, and he definitely stole the show in that match.
Definitely stole the show. I mean, yeah, the whole crowd was behind Kofi, and even though I picked Daniel Bryan, I was like, fucking Kofi, let's go.
All right.
And I 11 years and never held a heavyweight world championship. He deserves it. I know you don't think so.
No, I mean, I don't. If it makes sense, I get it. But there's nothing going on right now where it makes sense for him to be champion.
I think if the New Day did maybe a heel turn and then make him champion, like many champions in the past have had, Evolution, the Four Horsemen, D-Generation X, NWO, had that backing behind them. But that was still, it's a hell of a match. And Bryan and Kofi definitely stole that show, especially once it was the last two.
Yeah. But yeah, no, overall, it was a good match. I liked it. It wasn't a bad card. There were only a couple of hiccups, which obviously was the no DQ match and the women's match for the title. Those are two I wasn't a big fan of. But what did you want to mention about it?
So my whole thing is, inaugural Women's Tag Team Championship match should not be the first match on the card.
No.
It's a championship match, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
You got Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman, who is not a championship match. That should have opened the show. They should have... Do the 2 chamber matches back to back. Nobody's going to care. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to fix that door Nia Jax goes through anyway. It just goes... the relevancy to me. And we keep preaching about it because of the titles not being on the main card, and they really want to make this stuff relevant. They have to make it relevant.
Yeah.
That's just, again, my opinion from a fan. So, how do you feel about the Naomi Carmella tagging?
I mean, yeah.
I think it kind of fits.
Yeah, I mean, yes, yeah, I get it. I mean, it seems kind of random, but the way they entered together, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they both have dancing backgrounds. They're both like really out there and everything. So I did like the entrance. They come up with a cool tag team name. I can see it being like a continuous concept.
I think they called themselves the Fabulous Glow.
If they find a better tag team name, I think it's something that could really stick. But no, I mean, Fabulous. I mean, that just sounds like a shitty STD. I mean, come on now.
What you got? I got that Fabulous Glow. Bro.
I mean, just like do something. I mean, aren't they both from like New York or some shit?
I think they're from Florida, aren't they?
I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
They're the tag team. Them being eliminated first was fine. I mean, I'm okay with that because I don't like.
Maybe we should ask Corey Graves where Carmelo's from.
Why?
Oh, you don't know about that?
I know nothing.
No shit.
I don't.
Oh man, Dizzle J hot on the spot right here. Fucking.
See again, that sounds like an STD.
That is an STD. Let's just show you. I got 3 of
Dizzle
them.
J.
Last for 18 years.
Hot in the spot. Go for it.
So Corey Graves' wife posted on Instagram blasting him for possible relationship with Carmella on the side.
No shit.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Right? It's like JoJo and Bray Wyatt.
And you see JoJo got removed from TV.
Good for her.
I hope that scary dick's worth it.
My God. Oh, fucking that guy. His dreads are annoying as fuck, man.
I love his dreads.
I know, but he hasn't been around, so
no
idea what's going on.
Kevin Owens has been on more spigots, I guess.
Snippets?
Yeah.
Spigots?
Like
a water thing?
I don't know. I'm Polish.
30.
Snippets.
That's 30 right there, man. That's
30%. You shot me 3% for that one?
God.
32.
Yeah, and the video that showed Kevin Owens before the pay-per-view said that he's about 6 months more before he returns.
I think they're talking possible WrestleMania.
Yeah, I did notice on Vince McMahon's Twitter that they are going to make that Roman's going to give some kind of update on his recovery. Yep. So
it'll be neat. I mean, Kevin Owens looks good too. Looks like he lost some weight.
Yeah, I heard he did that. He probably did some DDP yoga.
Hey, I mean, we were talking about it, so
yeah. So I'm excited for that. I'm doing it. Maybe we could try to convince DDP to sponsor the show.
Ooh,
he is on my Mount Rushmore for WCW guys.
He is. I remember that.
Yeah. That's something I thought about doing. Like maybe that could be our next freaking 5. So Rushmore. Rushmore has 4, and I know this. But
Mount Wrestlemore.
We can make it a freaking 4 for next week if you want.
No, we'll do 5.
You can do 5.
I'd like the freaking 5.
Yeah. The one thing, and actually when I was thinking about like the whole Mount Rushmore thing a couple of days ago, I realized that it's easier to make a Rushmore au WWE, but like it's harder to narrow down for WCW.
That's because I believe WCW had a wider range of talent, if you really look at it, that came up, and you're talking Jericho, Mysterio, Eddie, Sting, Flair.
Well, fuck, you know what? I mean, we got so much fucking time left, and we don't got that much left to talk about. What's your WCW Mount Rushmore? Just 4. Just 4.
Just 4. I'd have to go Sting, Flair. Oh man, you're putting me on the spot.
I know, right?
Booker T.
Okay.
And Dean Malenko.
So no DDP.
No DDP for me.
How the fuck do you not put DDP on that?
I mean,
he's a WCW guy.
I know he is, but to me, he always... Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed him. He's one of my favorites. I just... Those other guys I like more. Ric Flair is like wrestling for WCW. Sting was like their homegrown guy.
Flair is not on my Rushmore for WCW. No.
What's your Rushmore?
I'm not gonna tell you.
What the fuck is this?
I asked you. It wasn't a comparison thing. I was just asking.
This is should be same rules for everybody.
Fucking savage. Rushmore for WCW: Sting, DDP, Booker T. My top 3 guaranteed. God. And the thing is, like, the only reason I want to do, like, just strict WCW is because I don't want to look at the guys who made careers, like, outside WCW. Like, major careers. I mean, yes, Sting had a good run in TNA. I think, actually, his run in TNA was, like, almost like a decade. But, yeah, if you take it out, it's like, honestly, it'll probably be, like, Bischoff.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense because Bischoff did take that company and turn it into a competitor for WWE.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the whole thing is, like, I can't put Flair on it because how do you put Flair on it and not Hulk Hogan? Or Kevin Nash? You know, or Jeff Jarrett. You know, it's like,
I think your Bischoff covers them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, I mean, like, yes, Bischoff had, like, a run TNA as well, but I mean, like, without him, there was no Monday Night Wars. There was no 84 weeks, where the hell it was, where they ran. So, yeah, I think I do Sting, DDP, Booker T, and Bischoff will be my guys.
I get down with that.
Yeah. Yeah, not Flair. Flair's like an overall. Like, overall.
He would be like, if it was just wrestling in general, he'd be on that Mount Rushmore.
Ooh, how about this for a freaking 5 next week? This is going to be, don't write it down unless you agree with me, because this may be a little bit too much.
Too much?
Too much. So a freaking 5 of Rushmores. WWF era, WWE era, WCW, TNA.
Holy shit.
And ECW. For each of those 5, what are the Rushmores?
Wow. So,
see, I think it'd be cool to do. I don't know if that's something we could get fans on board, because you're asking them to pick 20 fucking people, and they all got to be. I mean, I guess they don't have to be different. If you really think like, well, Hogan, is definitely on the Rushmore, WWF and WCW and stuff like that. But when I say WWF and WWE, I'm thinking like pre and post, like, invasion.
I get it.
Yeah.
Shit, that doesn't sound bad to me, but like it. For us, I think that's easier for us to do.
It's definitely easier for us. We'll do that. We'll just make that the freaking 5. We'll see if anyone wants to partake in it, and maybe we could do like a sub like freaking 5 as well if they would just want to like participate in that one.
But we can have them do if they just want to do WWF or WWE. They don't have to do all.
Yeah, that's fine. It's up to you. I mean,
you don't seem so happy with that answer.
No, I mean you're kind of part of this too. So I mean. you gotta say it in as well. So
I mean,
it's your segment, man. It's your segment.
It's a 66 to 30. Wait, am I back at 33 or am I still at 30?
Right, like you got 33%, so you're a third. So when you take that third and you multiply by the 33%, that means you're
got a 1 in 25% chance.
Right, that means you're a 33 and 127,000 percent. It's like, no.
If I ever feel stupid, I go back and watch that promo, and I just feel so much better about myself.
Oh God!
Even though that man could probably just rip me from limb to limb, but I'll just throw math at him.
Math?
He might do it.
What'd you say? Throw
math?
Oh, math at him. I was like,
here's a workbook.
I was like, fucking, is he got math? Oh fuck. I don't know. That's my idea for a freaking 5. If we want to do that. I like it. All right, cool. So we'll do that. So what did I fucking say? WWF, WWE, TNA, WCW, and ECW?
ECW and TNA?
Yeah.
And WCW.
ECW might be pretty easy to do now that I think about it.
ECW would probably be the easiest.
Yeah. TNA, TNA would,
TNA would. I think. Yeah, I could think of 4 right off the top of my head, really.
Yeah, I can think of 3 definite. 4. Yeah, I got my 4.
Yeah. I got one that I can probably maneuver in and out.
I just kind of like.
It's like, well, TNA did have a lot of homegrown talent too that is now on a national scale, and that brought TNA to the forefront. So that's I'm not going to mention any names.
I'm going to tell you right now, my Rushmore for TNA are going to be like the guys who built that company.
Yeah. I was thinking, like Storm.
Whoa. No, don't name anyone off.
I'm going to give you one.
Because you already named off our WCW Rushmore, so.
We'll go back and change it.
I mean, I could say to revamp them, but I think mine's pretty solid the way I have it. Yeah, I mean, but no, I definitely encourage you to change yours.
You know what? Neither one of us put Dusty Rhodes on there.
I think he's more of an NWA guy.
I mean, he was all around, though.
Well, yeah, but in WCW, he only had like a small run as a wrestler. A lot of it was just booking and shit. You know? But that's the hard thing with WCW, because when you got to look at it, it's like, okay, so the guys in WCW, like the top guys, they were WWF, who could potentially be on a WWF Rushmore. Piper, Savage, Hogan, Diesel, Razor Ramon, Bret Hart. I mean, like, they didn't really implement much in like WCW and WWF like simultaneously.
Right.
Hulk Hogan is probably the only exception to it.
See, I think Hogan would probably be on all of them except for the TNA one, because I don't think
ECW.
ECW also.
Yeah.
Because I don't think his run with TNA helped that company whatsoever. I actually think that hurt.
No, I get what he was trying to do, but no, changing the ring was dumb because that's what made them different than everyone else.
Right.
And trying to get them on a larger like broadcasting scale, I think kind of like hurt them too.
I think and then trying to go head to head on Monday night with Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. I think when I watched TNA, they're on like Thursdays or some shit like that.
Yeah, they were, from what I used to find, they were on Thursdays, and then when the Bischoff Hogan era, they went to Mondays.
Yeah.
Which at that time, I believe SmackDown was still airing on Fridays.
Yep. So
what they should have done is went to Tuesdays.
Yep.
Just to give, because people,
Mm-hmm.
So you got Raw. Now you have Raw and SmackDown Monday, Tuesday. SmackDown would have never moved to Tuesday if Impact was on Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, when it goes to Fox, it's moving to Fridays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Last WWE thing to talk about is DX going into the Hall of Fame. So that was announced on Monday. And it's all of DX. It's the New Age Outlaws, Shawn Michaels for the second time, Triple H for the first time, X-Pac, and Chyna.
And like one of our fans commented, that's probably the only way they're going to put Chyna in, even though she deserves to be in on her own merit.
Yeah.
Wasn't she the first women's Intercontinental Champion?
I think she was the only women's Intercontinental Champion.
So, I mean...
First woman to be in the Royal Rumble.
She was just ridiculous. She did porno. Oh, my God.
She had several pornos.
Yeah, whatever.
Multiple Playboys.
So...
And had a dick.
All the women in that era did Playboy, though. Just about all of them. Because remember, they used to announce it on Monday Night Raw when, because I know Christy Hemme did it.
Yeah.
Did Trish?
No, the Playboy thing wasn't that big of a deal. I think the porn thing was. I think some of her comments after did. I think her issue with Stephanie was definitely a factor too. Playboy, I don't think was an issue. I mean, fucking what is it? Sable, Tori Wilson, Ashley, Martinez, whatever the fuck her name was, Chyna, Candice Michelle, Maria Kanellis, and
Is it hard to think of all these things you used to jerk off to back in the day?
I own them. I own the magazines.
Still jerk off.
I just looked at them last week. They're right next to my gun cleaning kit. It was the most manly fucking box at my move. Because all it said was ammunition, gun cleaning kit, Playboys. I swear to God. I don't own the China ones. And I don't own because Toy Wilson and Sable, they did their Playboys jointly, a joint one and their own separate ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah. Someone else did a Playboy. I can't fucking remember. But anyways, this isn't about Playboys. DX is going into the Hall of Fame, so that was announced. I think they're the first group. I think they're going to be the first inductee into 2019, so they're going to open the show. So we got, hopefully we got, 6 more announcements to be made?
I would say that's like the biggest faction they've put in so far, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember how many Von Erichs went in. But
I think just the 3.
Maybe. I can't remember. I'm not going to look it up. Horseman was 5.
4.
5.
Oh, that's right. They did
the manager, too.
The manager.
So 6 right now for DX are going in together.
That's got to be.
It's got to be high. Yeah, I think even the Von Erichs, even if they did all of them, it's like 4 or 5. If they did all of them.
Right.
So DX is going to be the largest group to go in. I think they're going to open up the Hall of Fame ceremony. I don't know if they're going to be considered a headliner or if more people are going to go in.
See, to me, the headliners always get announced last, don't they?
I thought the headliners always get announced first. But I thought DX was opening the ceremony.
I think they should open the ceremony. Only because it's the second time for Shawn Michaels. Triple H is a role in the company.
No.
I don't know how much say he gets about being in the Hall of Fame. I doubt it's anything for himself.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's a dick move, but I corrected Edge and Christian on Twitter. Thinking about this now.
Inform me, please.
So I was watching, I was listening to the E&C Pod of Awesomeness, and they were talking about, DX going into the Hall of Fame. They were saying, like, is Triple H the only active, like, wrestler who's going into the Hall of Fame? And Christian mentioned, well, no, because Kurt Angle went in, and he's still doing stuff here and there.
Yeah.
But do you know where they're wrong? Do you know?
Like, still active in WWE?
Yeah.
Who?
So, technically, I don't consider Triple H and Kurt Angle to be active now after going into Hall of Fame.
Okay.
I don't. Kurt Angle is considered part-time.
Legends contract.
Yeah. Technically, the only person who was an active WWE star who went to the Hall of Fame was Ric Flair. Because Ric Flair was technically inducted into the Hall of Fame the night before he had a retirement match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania.
Nice.
Yeah. And I always knew that. So when I heard them have a podcast...
this is like this snippet of information you held on to.
And I tried to be polite. I'll read it to you. I'm going to read it to you. And it's not, I was not disrespectful in any way.
Hey, dumbasses.
Hey, fuckos, So I didn't do that. So I'll read you what I put. I was just hoping to, fucking just, get
how
how
did T get the unprettier and speared through a table?
Right? It's like, what the hell happened?
He just gets slapped with the execution.
It's like, God, we're going to get buried.
You think you know me? You're no longer a peep.
I don't. Oh my God, there's a possibility. Oh, here it goes. All right, so this is what I put, and you can tell me if I was being a dick, but I think I was being very polite about it. At ENC Pod, which that's what they are on Twitter. So hey, I'll just give them a shout out just in case. You were talking about the active wrestlers being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Ric Flair was technically the only full-time WWE inductee into the Hall of Fame. He was inducted in, and the next night at WrestleMania, he lost the match to Shawn Michaels that retired him. So I wasn't being a dick about it.
So did you get any likes or anything on your comment?
No, they didn't respond.
Oh.
So either they don't give a fuck.
Dick move by them.
But I corrected Edge and Christian. Hey. So, right. Also, I messaged Mustafa Ali on Instagram and never got a response.
Oh, well.
Because there's a good chance Mustafa Ali used to wrestle in my cousin's company. Back when I was in the company, doing like video and stuff like that. Yeah. Because I was listening to Lillian Garcia's podcast, Chasing Glory. Mustafa Ali was on there, and he was talking about how like he used to have like this terrorist gimmick, wearing like the stuff and doing the bowing and all those other things. I kept thinking to myself, okay, he grew up in Chicago.
Yep.
He worked in Chicago.
Yep.
And I was like, I wonder if this is the same fucking guy, or just with the independence and everything, maybe different guys had like the same name and stuff like that. But he mentioned how he kind of gave up on like that like terrorist like gimmick one night when he was in Oak Forest at a show, and he saw how much hate this little kid had towards his character. And my cousin's shows used to be in Oak Forest.
Ooh.
So I messaged him, and I was just like, hey, Mustafa, just curious, did you ever wrestle in Elite Pro Wrestling? He never responded.
I mean, he is a busy man.
I don't give a fuck. You respond. I'm a fan, damn it.
I will bury you.
Right? SCW responds.
SCW responds to us all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's talk about SCW.
Oh, man. I think I still have a little bit of the no. I don't have the match card.
It's okay.
I just have the Bayonets versus Paradox. I think that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Bayonets versus Paradox, yeah.
For the Genesis title.
Cutler. For the SCW title.
Oh, that's right. Hey, we do have it.
Well, we have our predictions. I don't remember the names and stuff. Paradox taking on Bandax. Savage is taking on Harris. Moxie Molly's taking on, is it?
Evil Sierra.
Eva Sierra. Brooks is taking on Sheik, and then Cutler is taking on the Giraffe Fighter.
And the Giraffe Fighter. Forever known. And there have been rumors flying around about possible ARW showing up.
Yeah. I think they're going to be there because I think they have a contractual agreement to where they need to have them there. I did listen to the Sentinel have, I guess it's on State of Address kind of thing that they do, every month for the show. So I think he did mention that contractually, per their contract, ARW is allowed to be there. But there's no mention of who's going to show up and how much capacity in the show.
I did watch a little bit of the video of SCW at some event where they did have the Bully Hunter Payne, speaking, and they had the championship. They had Maverick Cage there. I saw Moxie Molly there. Hashtag Fuck Steve was commenting on it. So,
fucking Steve.
I think we should make him a shirt.
I don't have that much fabric.
Well, Omar the tent builder. But it just seemed interesting. They talked about how, and we always talk about how they do local stuff for local charities, not nationwide charities, not statewide charities, local charities. And that's always something that hits because stuff I've been through with my kid and with Ronald McDonald House being what I consider kind of a local charity and that one I regularly donate to. Mm-hmm. And they do stuff around here for Casey Casa, for hospice homes, for kids, for adults. I mean, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
I don't know. I mean, we've been talking for like the last 2 weeks. So, and the reason we did this is like, because obviously this show gets released the same day as SCW's show tonight. So we didn't want to give out all the information now. We wanted to give it out over the last 2 weeks, which I think we did a pretty good job at.
It's just so, like, I could talk about it. It's just I don't want to recycle information that I've said for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And,
no, we're doing what we need to do. SCW is tonight. The doors open at 6. Bell's at 7. $12 to get in. I think there's no more time to do a pre-order or to pre-buy them.
But they're $12 at the door.
Yeah. But, I mean, you buy them ahead of time, it's $10. It's at the fucking Shaban Civic Center, not Peoria.
Hey, high hopes for SCW, all right?
So, but no, that's pretty cool.
Match of the week?
There we go.
So, recent news, Pedro Morales?
Yes.
Died. So, I think what we had talked about is that if a wrestler dies, I'm going to go out, I'm going to find their match and make that my pick of the week in honor of those wrestlers.
Yes.
So I picked Pedro Morales versus Morocco. Don Morocco. Yep. And this was in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it was 84, right?
It was in 1982. So it was the year I was born.
Old.
Yeah, old. So the picture may not be that HD quality everybody's used to, but I guarantee the match is...
I mean, the biggest family, and we're both children of the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I was born in 89 in May.
89.
So, technically, for 7 months.
Get out of here.
For 7 months, I was a child of the
like
80s.
A fucking millennial.
Child of the 80s. I'm sorry, it counts. I don't care if I was born on December 31st, 89. Child of the 80s.
Your mom would prefer that because then she could still claim you on your taxes for that.
Yeah, right. Oh. No, good match. Definitely go check it out. We do a pick of the week every single week that we do a podcast. So and so far it's been every single week.
Every single week.
All right. So,
are there any matches that anybody would like me to check out and to see if I can make them my pick of the week? Let me know, because we definitely watch wrestling videos like we drink water. So basically,
I don't drink a lot of water.
Really?
No,
Neither do
I should.
I try to drink a lot.
I really should. The only time I drink water, vodka's in it. But yeah, no. I mean, it's mentioned multiple times between both of us. This is a fan interaction, a high fan interaction podcast. We wanna get everyone involved in it. I mean, your fucking kids are outside this door talking, because we're so interactive on this thing.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, it gives us more stuff to talk about. It's more fun for us to interact. We get to make fun of you guys. You guys get to make fun of us. More so.
Right, yeah, I mean, it's a fun way to get everyone involved in it and everything. That's why we do the freaking 5 every week, and we post up on our Facebook. That's why we do the Dizzle J Pick of the Week, to get people to see the matches that they need to check out. Not so much what's on the WWE Network for $9.99, not so much what we see on TV, but I mean, like, the stuff that got wrestling to where it is today, and maybe some of the matches from TNA, New Japan, and stuff that never had an opportunity to be viewed. We want to get those out to everyone to see, because we've done New Japan matches, Ultimate X matches.
We've done all kinds of matches.
Cruiserweight matches from 205 Live. I mean, like, we've done them. Lucha Underground, I think we even had a couple of them.
Like, a lot of times if I get stuck and I have time during the week, I'll go through, I find different lists of what people post as what their favorite matches, and I'll go through and I'll watch them. Mm-hmm. And a couple of times I've picked those matches where I put them up, or sometimes if they're really good, I send it to you first. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, if I can check this out.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, we definitely do what we can to make this as interactive as possible. That's why we post on Facebook as much as possible to do the freaking 5, the picks of the week, asking you guys for your opinion on what you want to hear from this show as far as what companies. Thanks again for the response on that. Thanks again for the responses to the freaking 5s. You know, it sucks we didn't get a response on this week's, but I mean, it's okay. Like I said,
can't be a winner every time. It was my fault because the wording was a little weird.
I will accept that for this week, just for the fact knowing that we hit 800 views this week.
800.
So I'm really excited about that. I'm super excited, you know, that milestone was hit. I can't wait to hit 1,000. I think we're getting pretty close to the 50th episode. I think
we're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, so we're not that far off from that. I'm talking to a couple independent wrestlers to do some interviews with, as far as Jay Jensen. Nice. And potentially, can't guarantee it, even my cousin, Acid. So we'll see if that happens. I'm not quite sure. You know, I just got to see if they're available to do that. So I'm not promising anything. I'm not planning anything. That's just in talks right now. And also, we're talking about merchandise.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot to post that this week.
You did. That's why I'm bringing it up on the broadcast. We made a plan.
We did make a plan.
And you didn't follow through with it.
Not. My week was a little hectic. You
don't have a lot of jobs here, man. And I mean,
hey man, the pay sucks. I don't know what to tell you.
There's not a whole lot to do here, bro. I mean, fucking, like, I host 2 fucking podcasts. I'm fucking killing it right now. God, if you take my 66% from this podcast and the 100% from the other podcast, that gives me 166%.
Well, if I had time, I'd be on the other podcast too.
God, shit. God, and you take almost like, you know, the 40-hour week job I have on top of, you know, the whole week. When you look at 40 hours out of the entire week, that's almost like what? About 45, you know, percent of the entire week. So you take that 45 on top of the 166%.
Jesus Christ. Travesty reenacts the famous Scott Steiner promo.
But no, the merchandise thing isn't that big of a deal as of yet, because I mean, obviously, even if we get the responses on who, what's what, there's so much logistics that goes into it.
I think the poll thing too only let me select 2 different things.
You got to add.
Oh,
I'll educate you.
Okay.
But
no Facebook.
So I like the fact that you admit that you tried to do it, couldn't do it, and just gave up instead of asking for help.
Yeah.
Fucking A. But no, I actually, after last week's show, when we were talking about merchandise, I did talk to my sister about.
Yeah, I was here.
Yeah. So She talked to me about it. We might be able to make it work. I talked to a buddy of mine who knows a guy who makes hats, so that might be able to make it work. Let us know if you guys are interested in merchandise in any kind of way. We could try to make it happen. It's probably going to end up being one of the things that if you want it, it'll have to be ordered. It'll have to be, made per order and then shipped out and stuff like that. So it's not going to be something where we'll have everything in bulk because we don't have the money for that.
Not yet.
Who knows? As we keep growing and everything, maybe sponsorships come in and stuff to help out and everything. And that's what we're trying to aim for as well, to grow this. And, maybe we try to figure something out like a Patreon thing, too. I think we talked about that last week.
And if you need a place to advertise your business and want to donate a small amount to us, we'll make sure to get your business out there.
That's what sponsorships are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll call it a donation.
Sure. Yeah, fucking A. No, reach out to us if you guys have any questions, comments on the show. Keep sending in the questions for the Q&A show that, maybe we'll try doing for the 50th. Maybe we'll try to move the Q&A thing. We'll push that.
Maybe we can just do like a thing every week and ask, got any questions for our 50th show?
Yeah, make that fucking nut.
I'm gonna make it happen.
Throw in some questions to us that we could answer on our 50th episode that's coming up, I think, in May. So I think it's like 6 weeks out or something like that. So we got time to do it. So make sure you do that. Keep checking out our Facebook at JFW Podcast for the Freaking Five, the match of the weeks and everything like that. Also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at JFW Podcast. Instagram is where we post a lot of pictures from the indie shows that we go to. Twitter we kind of use just for notifying shows that are coming up and to badmouth ENC Pod, I guess.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Yeah, right. I'm hoping that they do appreciate it. Kind of like, hey, thanks for sharing that with us. You're really cool. Let me talk to you. Come on our podcast. Who knows? They won't do that. Follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, JFW Podcast. You can contact us by emailing us at the JFW Podcast. Not the JFW Podcast. Holy fuck. JFW Podcast at yahoo.com or
34%.
God. I hate everything about you. JFW Podcast, yahoo.com, or if you go to our website, you could contact us through there. The link to that is on our Facebook page, so make sure you check that out as well. Let your friends know that we are here talking about nothing but wrestling, all wrestling. So if you have a friend who's a fan of pro wrestling, we are on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, and Spotify just by the JFW Podcast, or just freaking wrestling and stuff like that. That's all I got. How about you?
Time to ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
And thank you for listening to another episode of Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.
Peace.